What's up guys, Selkie Soul here, and today I want to show you my 100% automatic AFK grass and mycelium farm. So real quick, I'll just give you a demonstration of how this works. We are in the end, so we're going to be using Enderman to pick up our grass blocks. And all you have to do is stand here, hold your right mouse button, and then just like you would for an AFK fishing farm, you're going to unplug your mouse. And that's all there is to it on the player's end. So if I go outside here, you can see that the Endermen are all spawning on this platform. They will run by and occasionally pick up one of these grass blocks as they go by. You can see that Enderman just did it there. And then they'll all go towards this Endermite that we have in the minecart here. They'll kill themselves with entity cramming because there's 24 minecarts right here. And then the grass and the ender pearls will all filter through whatever sorting system you decide to set up here. So I'll go ahead and actually strip all this carpet off, and then we can get down to some of the finer details on how the farm works without all this mess being in the way here. So I'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back here in Peaceful, and we took all the carpet off the farm just so you can see everything a little bit better. We're actually going to start with the spawning platform for the Enderman, and there's a lever up by the player that will just allow you to turn these redstone lamps on and off to control when the Endermen are spawning. And something interesting about this farm is you don't actually want the maximum number of Endermen spawning at a time, because they'll come through here and they'll clog up the system with ender pearls so that the hoppers can't actually pick up the grass that you're trying to farm. So ideally, just the spawning platform that I have here is more than enough to keep too many Endermen from spawning, but I think you can expand it a little bit. You just have to play around a little bit to find a sweet spot where you're getting maximum efficiency out of it, but not spawning too many Endermen. So let's take a look at the grass itself, and you can see it's arranged in a very particular pattern here. And the reason for that is by the time the dirt gets from back there to up here where the Endermen are pulling it, you want it all to be grass so there's not a bunch of dirt going through your system. So you can see the Enderman will take a block, and you can see the piston back there just pushing it back into place, and all of the dirt blocks will shift down the line, going all the way back to the player, who will replace whatever's missing. It's also important that you have these torches here, because both the block that the grass is spreading from and the block that it's spreading to need a sufficient light level to be able to spread the grass. So coming around here to the back, you can see that on each of these layers we just have a row of pistons, and it's going to be set up to a redstone clock with a 4-tick delay here. So it's just going to accept the blocks from the side here that get pushed in, and then it'll be able to feed those blocks out to where the Endermen grab it. So what this is here is a smart piston, and you'll actually see a bunch of them throughout the farm. That's going to be used every time we need to change the direction of the dirt column. So how it works is you have a stack of any items in this furnace, doesn't matter what items you choose, and it will send a signal through this comparator, and if there's a dirt block here, it will make it to the other side, extend this piston here, push these two observers together, and send a really fast alternating current to this piston to allow a lot of dirt to go through the system really quickly. So what this part here is a pulse extender, and I found without it, it works fine, but sometimes it'll just glitch, and just for the integrity of the farm, I added the pulse extender on there. So there's kind of two kinds of these smart pistons. This one accepts a vertical input, so this dirt will travel down through here so that it can hit both of these smart pistons. And then you have it set up a little bit differently when there's a horizontal input. So the piston will be above it here, and you can see the pulse extender on the side here, and the observers are going to be shifted vertically to power the piston that shoves the dirt down. So you're just going to continue these smart pistons all the way along these dirt columns until you get them to converge at one point. Now when you get into close quarters like this, you're probably going to experience some problems with a piston mechanic called quasi-connectivity, and that just means that pistons can be powered, I think, up to 2 blocks above them without any real connection between the power source and the piston. So it's just something to be aware of. If your piston heads are getting stuck in the out position, that may be something you can look at for a reason why it's doing that. And then I didn't mention earlier, these things over here, I was having a little bit of trouble with these particular pistons right here, getting stuck in the retracted position. So what I did is I just hooked up a simple hopper timer. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that you can just check out about the hopper timers. But every so often this will just make the piston here extend, and it'll send a block update where this won't get stuck. And I don't know if there's any other spots that does that. The only two places I noticed were these top pistons. But if there are other places that do that on your farm, just be aware that that's something that you may be able to look to for a solution. The last thing you want on your farm is going to be an item sorter. And this doesn't have to be set up the same way I did it. I'm definitely not an expert at storage systems, so if you have a better way to do it that works for you, definitely go for it. And what this is here is you just want to take all the ender pearls out of your farm, and I have them just being shot into the void. You could put them in chests if you need ender pearls, that's completely up to you. And this will do the same thing but for grass blocks, and you'll make the storage system however big you need for all the grass you're collecting. And then all the dirt, if any dirt makes it through the end and gets picked up by an enderman, you're going to want to be able to send that back up to the top where the player is. So you just have a dropper tower, send it all the way back up, and recycle it into the system. Now this part you kind of saw at the beginning a little bit. This will just be a dropper that keeps the player's inventory full of dirt so that you're never running out and the system can continue to run past 64 blocks. Okay guys, so I think that's about everything for the farm. The world file for this will be in the description, and definitely let me know in the comments if you have any clarifying questions, and I'll do my best to answer those for you. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.